Hey everyone, it's RBX here, and today I'm starting a brand new Stardew Valley Modded 1.6 playthrough. If you want to see what mods I'm using for this playthrough, I'll list them all in the description below. And with that said, if you enjoy the video, please make sure to hit subscribe down below. It would really help me out as a new content creator. I appreciate each and every one of you. Now, let's get started on our Stardew Valley Modded 1.6 playthrough. We start off day 1 by picking up our parsnip seeds. I then go outside to start clearing debris in front of the house so we can till the soil. I plant and water the parsnips before gathering more wood from my farm to make a chest. After making the chest, I head into town and meet Lewis talking to his sister, Lenny, from Ridgeside Village. After telling Lewis who asked nobody cares, she heads back up north to the Ridgeside. I then go into Pelican Town to meet as many NPCs as I can, as there isn't much to do yet on day 1. I meet Floor, Sterling, Abigail, and Pierre before buying some potato seeds, cauliflower seeds, and bean starters with what little money I have. I meet Sam, Lunna, this guy on a ladder, Leah, and Penny before finding a geode in Alex's trash can. I shake hands with Alex after dumpster diving from his trash can and meet his grandparents, George and Evelyn. I meet Beatrice from East Scarp and Gunther, who runs the museum in Pelican Town. I pick up some more forageables before meeting Elliot's uncle, Rodney. I also meet Claire, Pam, and Morris at the Joja Mart, while also meeting Victoria, Victor, Philip, Yuma, Shiro, Olivia, Caroline, Harvey, Vincent, Elliot, Sophia, and Andy. My social battery is drained after meeting so many people on day 1, so I head back to my farm to empty my inventory and plant the seeds I got from Pierre earlier in the day. I clean up more debris on my farm until I run out of energy before heading to bed to end off my first day on the farm. I wake up to find a letter from Willie saying he's back from his fishing trip and that he has something to give me. I make sure to water all of my crops before collecting more wood from my farm before going to meet Willie at the beach. On my way back to the beach, I meet Carmen and Kahi from Ridgeside Village. I meet Willie at the beach dock and he gives me a bamboo fishing rod to start fishing with. I try out my new fishing rod and catch a herring, some seaweed, a silver quality sardine, a regular sardine, and a treasure chest with some coal inside. On my way back, I'm greeted by Mr. Aguar. I put all of my fish I caught into the shipping bin and gather more wood so I can repair the bridge on the beach for some coral and sea urchins later on. After running out of energy, I go back into town and try and meet some more NPCs. I meet Ian, Demetrius, Linus, Mia, Ideen, and Jarek. Before going to bed, I go down to the woods and try and look for some more forageables and spring onions. I didn't find any forageables, so I head back to my farm to end off day 2. Day 3 is a rainy day, so I don't have to water any of my crops. You know the drill by now. I start the day by collecting wood for the bridge at the beach. I get to level 1 foraging by chopping trees, and once I ran out of energy, I decide to go to Ridgeside Village for the first time to meet more NPCs. I meet Sean, who's with Ian, and learn about their shop. The shop provides odd jobs and services, which means I can pay them to water my crops every day when it's not raining for 5G per crop. They can also repair my fences and pet my animals for a fee. I then meet Paula, Corrine, Isabel with a Y, Richard, Ezekiel, Blair, Kiara, Anton, Shanice, Lorenzo, Pika, Freddie, Bert, Alyssa, the butler Sonny, Madame Mive, her kids Louie and Aria, the chef Irene, Maddie, and Olga. I head back to my farm to clean up some more fiber and look for forageables in the mountains. On my way back into town, I get a cutscene with Sterling, who got way too drunk. He apologizes and explains that him and Shane were playing a drinking game while watching Clint. He then invites me to join him sometime. I respond that it sounds like fun. He then says he needs to wake up early tomorrow for work and for us to not tell Gus about the mess he made. I head back home after that eventful conversation and go to bed to end off day 3. Day 4 is bright and sunny, so I water my crops to make sure they're all happy and healthy. I spend the morning clearing more debris off my farm and chopping trees for wood. I also reached level 1 from clearing stone off the ground. Now that I have 300 wood, I start heading down to the beach to repair the bridge. After meeting Haley on my way through town, I make it to the beach and repair the wooden bridge to give me access to coral and sea urchins for money. While on my way back to the farm, I decide to try and find any of the NPCs I might have missed. I meet Maru while she's at work, Jody, Marnie, and Jas. With that, I've now greeted 65 out of the 75 people I need to meet. I decided to go back to my farm to do some more cleanup. I accidentally used the last bit of my energy and now move at molasses levels of speed. I decide to sell the coral and clams I got from the beach and head to bed early, which concludes day 4. It's now day 5, and as I walk out of my house, I'm greeted by Marnie, who is with a dog. She explains that she found the dog outside my farm and thinks it's a stray. She then asks if I want to keep the dog. I agree and name the dog after my real-life dog, Izzy. I check my mailbox and find a letter from Susan, who is trapped on her farm in the mountains because of a rock slide, and is excited to meet me once the rock slide is cleared. I also got a letter from Joja explaining that they have removed the big rock in the mountains, which now lets me access the mines. My parsnips are ready to harvest, so I harvest them, which brings my farming to level 1. I claim my reward from the quest menu and water the rest of my crops. I decided to save 5 while selling the rest of my parsnips for money. I plan on going into the mines today now that the boulder is cleared, so I chopped down some more trees for wood to make a chest, so I can place the chest at the entrance of the mine. On my way to the mines, I run into Lewis in front of the community center. I make sure to interact with the tablet before leaving so I can meet the wizard the next day. I make it to the mines and run into Marlin, who gives me a rusty sword to fight monsters with. I make it down to floor 5 to gain access to the elevator and empty my inventory into the chest. I got a decent amount of copper, stone, and coal before deciding to call it there, and I head back to the farm. After emptying my inventory, I head down to the woods to see if the wandering trader is selling a red cabbage for the community center. She isn't selling anything I want yet, so I headed to town to greet more NPCs I haven't met yet. I met Trini, Emily, Gus, and Shane at the Stardrop Saloon. I head back to my farm to clean up more debris before finding Izzy in my bed and petting her goodnight. Who's a good girl? I climb into bed to end day 5. To start off day 6, I installed a new mod. The mod is called Earthy Recolor, and it adds some nice contrast and darker colors for greenery and dirt. Clint also shows up at my doorstep to show me how to craft a furnace. I try to craft the furnace, but realize I'm 1 copper ore short. I then get a letter from the wizard asking me to come and visit him. He says he has information regarding the community center. I water my crops and head into the woods to meet the wizard. He gives me the knowledge to translate Junimo, which means I can now start donating to the community center. I go to the beach to collect more forageables before heading to the community center. On my way to the community center, I run into a new NPC named Alois. I realize I don't have anything to donate in my inventory, so I take a quick detour to visit East Scarp for the first time. While in East Scarp, I meet Jacob and Rosa. While heading up north to the mountains, I witness Abigail walking across water for some reason. Why can't I do that? I head back into town and meet Martin at Jojamart, and head up to Ridgeside Village to see a Junimo named Kiwi before disappearing. While being introduced to the town by Lenny, I see the Junimo again hanging out with some guy that looks like a bandit. I say hi to the last NPC I need to meet named Faye and head back home. I empty my inventory and grab everything I need for the spring foraging bundle and head towards the community center. I complete the bundle, grab some spring seeds, and start planting them before I go to bed for the night, concluding day 6. I wake up on day 7 and check the TV to watch my first Queen of Sauce episode, giving me the recipe to cook stir fry. While checking my mailbox, I get a letter from Mia, who invites me over sometime and gives me bear pancakes as a present. How nice of her. I harvest my potatoes and water the rest of my crops before heading down to the forest to check the wandering trader. On my way down, I get a cutscene with Andy, who says he wants to give me some strawberry seeds to help me out on my farm, and that they should be sent in my mail tomorrow. I check the wandering trader, who doesn't have the red cabbage, and head back up to my farm to chop down more trees. I make my way into town and find Dusty in his pen. I pet Dusty and he seems happy. Now that I have 2000 G, I head to Vieres and buy my first backpack upgrade, doubling my inventory space. I head to the community center to donate a potato to the spring crops bundle and a common mushroom to the fall foraging bundle. I then head over to Clint and break open my geode from Alex's trash can and get 10 stone. I head back up to the mines to go further down and get enough copper ore to build a furnace. I get to level 9 in the mines when I run out of energy. I try to find the ladder so I can activate the elevator, but luck isn't on my side as I pass out in the mines, concluding day 7. I start day 8 by grabbing the strawberry seeds Andy promised to send us in the mail and going back to the mines to grab my tools and items from the chest. I make my way back to my farm to plant the strawberry seeds from Andy and 1 carrot seed I got yesterday from exploring the mines. I also make sure to water all of my plants as well. I turned on balanced crafting in the Stardew Valley expanded mod settings because I have the automation mod, so it now takes 50 copper ore to craft a furnace. While trying to become the next waste management, I find cookies in Lewis's trash can before finally visiting the museum to donate some of my gemstones. I donate an earth crystal and quartz to the museum before heading over to East Scarp and running into Rosa at the inn. Literally. I tell her I'm sorry and she explains that she works here temporarily and offers some baked goods and coffee if I'm ever in the mood. But that's not what I'm here for. I found out this inn has a sauna on the bottom floor, so I head into the pool and chill out for a bit while I restore my energy. After spending a few hours in the pool, I head north to the mines to continue my excursion from yesterday, before I almost died from sleep deprivation. While spending some time in the mines, I find an amethyst for the museum and a small magnet ring. I make it down further by killing slimes, mining copper, and eating leeks before finally making it to floor 10 and obtaining some leather boots. I don't have enough energy to keep going, so I head back to my farm and finally craft a furnace. I start smelting for some copper bars and go to bed for the day, to end off day 8. Day 9 is a rainy day, so I immediately head down to the river to start fishing. There honestly wasn't a whole lot of things done today, just watching the water as I cast my hook into the river, mountains, and beach with the occasional donating to the community center. I donated a shad, catfish, carp, largemouth bass, clam, eel, and sardine to the fishing bundles. I head back home and sell all of my extra fish, clean up some more debris on the farm, and go to sleep. I start day 10 by unlocking Hat Mouse, watering my crops like usual, and cleaning up some more debris on my farm. I'm planning on going back into the mines to make more progress and get more resources, but before that, I decided to give my first ever gift to Vincent for his birthday. So I decided to give him the cookies from Lewis's garbage. I'm feeling a bit nicer to Linus, so I gift him one of my leeks. I mined down 5 more levels and decided to call it there because my inventory got full. I also accepted a bounty from Lewis before I went into the mines to kill 8 green slimes for 480 G. I talk to Lewis for my reward and head back to my farm to organize my 1 chest, sell some stuff I don't need, and clean up even more debris from my farm. Pretty good day if I do say so myself. I wake up to find Andy at my doorstep telling me about the crows and how awful they are because they eat your crops and stuff. Luckily, I already have a scarecrow protecting my fields from any danger. I make some more copper bars in the furnace and find a letter from Robin saying she lost her favorite axe and is offering a reward to whoever finds it. I harvested some green beans and a carrot before watering my crops for the day. I decided to head into the woods and I happened to find a cutscene for Lunna. Lunna is crying when Vincent finds her and asks if she's in trouble, and if someone is in trouble then it's the right thing to do to help them. Lunna says she was sad because she was missing someone. Vincent wants to cheer her up and asks Lunna to come play with him and Jas, and she agrees. Vincent, you absolute mad lad. I explore more of the forest, gathering more forageables and finding Robin's axe because I'm hella broke and need money. I head over to the Blue Moon Vineyard and see Sophia tending to her field. She gets startled and hides until realizing it's me. She says I'm kinda new to farming and wants to give me a device as a way of welcoming me to the valley. She then gives me a quality sprinkler as a gift. This is an amazing item to get this early in the game. I start heading towards Robin's house and make a quick pit stop in the community center to donate one of my green beans to the spring crops bundle. I head up to Robin's house and give her the axe back. Easy 250 G obtained. I pick up some more forageables on the way back to my house and place my new sprinkler down in my field. I head over to Clint's and open some more geodes to get some coal and a petrified slime, which I then donate to the museum. I then do some fishing in the river in town and fish up a sunfish and a bream for the community center. I put the fish for the community center in my chest for a later date and sell the rest of my stuff before heading to bed to end day 11. When I woke up on day 12, I got a message that the bookseller was in town. I did a bit of digging and found out that the bookseller is a new shop added in 1.6. I get a letter from my mom sending me cookies and a letter from Lewis telling me about the egg festival tomorrow. I water my crops, clean up the north part of my farm, and go check the wandering trader. I spend the rest of the day fishing at the beach and collecting more coral before going to the saloon to converse with my fellow townspeople. I spent the rest of the night looking for the bookseller and finding him above Joja Mart behind the truck. The bookseller sells books, as the name entails, but the reason the books are so valuable is because they can give you experience in a certain skill or give you permanent buffs for your character, like being able to walk a little bit faster. I don't have enough money to buy any of the books, so I head back home, sell all of my fish I got today except for the blue sea jelly, and head back to bed to finish off day 12. It's day 13, and today is the day of the egg festival, which means I can finally buy strawberry seeds. My spring seeds have grown into spring forageables. My cauliflowers are also ready to harvest, which means I can finish the spring crops bundle. I head up to the mountains before the festival begins and run into Lewis, who explains that Joja promised to remove the rock slide by now and that Susan is trapped at her home. He then explains that the cleanup operation is delayed until summer and that his hands are tied. He was just relieved no one was hurt during the rock slide. The egg festival starts, and I immediately book it to Pierre's stall to spend all of my money. Take it all. Please. I managed to buy 47 strawberry seeds and talk to all of the NPCs. Everyone has spring outfits for the egg festival, which I think is really cool to see. After Pierre robbed me blind, I talked to Lewis to start the egg hunt while getting to see Lewis and Lenny running the egg festival. It's really nice to see their sibling dynamic during events like this. Lewis kicks off the egg hunt and I start booking it. I'm not here for the festivities. I'm here to win. I managed to get 8 eggs before time is up. I would have had 9 if Caroline hadn't blocked me in the beginning. That's okay. I was still feeling really confident in my 8 eggs. I mean, it's not like any of these bootlickers could have possibly gotten more than 8. What? How did Sophia win? Did she get like 50 in a minute by walking? Well, I still have my strawberry seeds, I guess, so I plant all 47 of them before bedtime to end off a disappointing egg hunt. I woke up on day 14 accepting my loss to Sophia and watering my newly planted strawberry seeds before grabbing all of the items I need to donate to the museum and community center and head into town. I stop by the museum to donate my amethyst I found on day 8 and head up to the community center to donate a mussel to the crab pot bundle, a bream to the night fishing bundle, a sunfish to the river fish bundle, and a cauliflower to finish off the spring crops bundle to get some speed grow as a reward. By completing another bundle, I also gain access to the boiler room bundles, which I then donate a copper bar for the blacksmith's bundle. I then make my way over to the mines and start collecting a bunch of useful items. I actually made it down further than usual by going down 10 levels instead of 5, and claiming my reward of a steel smallsword. I head into the Adventurers Guild to sell some stuff, but I'm greeted by Marlin, who announces me as the official 23rd member of the Adventurers Guild to an old guy in a rocking chair. Boo! I sell my old sword and some footwear I found in the dungeon to Marlin before heading back to my farm to organize my inventory. I then realize I never checked the Wandering Trader today, so I ran over there as fast as I could, but she already closed up shop. I finally head to bed to end off 2 weeks on the farm and day 14. Hey everyone, I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching all the way to the end of the video. This is only my first episode of my modded Stardew Valley playthrough, but I actually made a different video about a week ago that covers my first week of my playthrough, but with my live commentary instead of a scripted and edited video if that's more your style. You can watch the old video if you want by clicking the end card on your screen. I would love to hear which kind of content you would prefer me to make. With that being said, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I spent a lot of time and effort recording and editing this video and would appreciate your support. Thank you to all of you beautiful people, and I will see you guys in the next video.